Welcome, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we are back with another banging video. So, if you're new, you know the do. Be sure to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now, guys, in this video, we are going to talk about Jay-Z piling on the legal claims against Tony Buzbee in his updated lawsuit. Because in case you guys are not aware, Jay-Z had filed a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee. And as such, he's now adding to that list. So, we're going to talk about it. Now, in case you have been missing out, Jay-Z and Tony Buzbee has been going back and forth at it because Tony Buzbee filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs on the behalf of a young lady that we call, or I call, the VMA bandit, because she left home at the age of 13. She said she had a bucket list, and one of those things on her bucket list was to go to the VMAs after party. She said that one of Diddy men pick her up, went there. Jay-Z and Diddy did something unpleasant to her. But what Jay-Z is now revealing is that Tony Buzbee tried to extort him. Now, Tony Buzbee told us that it wasn't extortion. He reached out to Jay-Z to try and keep the case out of court. And Jay-Z refused to negotiate with him, and as such, hence why they ended up in a legal battle. One that is broiling. It's broiling. Really, really boiling at this point. So, Tony Buzbee has fired off on Jay-Z, telling Jay-Z he's not scared. I know that you have been coming after people that have worked with past associates, paying them to sue me, which I believe Tony Buzbee. And Tony Buzbee has filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z on the behalf of one of such client who said that Jay-Z trying to convince him to sue Tony Buzbee is barratry. It's an old style. No one does that anymore. And as such, Tony Buzbee has filed a lawsuit on the behalf of that client. Well, Jay-Z and his legal team, they were determined to shake Tony Buzbee's marital home down because we saw them made a post on Instagram saying, "Oh, you are about to get arrested. You gave a woman a venereal disease, and not only did you give her VD, you assaulted her." And upon checks, TMZ did confirm there's a police record where the young lady reported Buzbee. Buzbee gave that woman a chipped tooth by pushing a champagne flute in her face. Just imagine how aggressive and brutal that was for him to do that. And she seemed to have had experienced other, let's say he might have did something like what Diddy did to Cassie in that viral video. Yes, hands and feet. Yes. So she said that she had medical record and dental record. So it wasn't just the chipped tooth, because if it was just a chipped tooth, she would have no need to go to the doctor. She would just go, to the dentist. So, hands and feet might have been involved, or hands by itself, a busted lip and all of that. So it seems as though, and that is my interpretation, I believe that Jay-Z and his legal team, they found, someone in the police department to do their dirty work, and the police, someone from Houston Police Department, they're pulling Tony Buzbee's criminal record like here's one such victim of his. The lady has sued Tony Buzbee. Tony Buzbee is firing back, saying he's going to seek sanctions against that attorney that filed that lawsuit. But how do you seek sanctions against an attorney when there's literally a police record, dental, I should say, record, and medical record? How are you going to dispute that? Because it's not as though she waited until this time, though that police record and dental record exists over a month ago. And this legal issue between Buzbee and Jay-Z is new. So it's not as though it is malicious. It was her protecting herself. No, it's a lot. And I'm breaking it down as much as I can for all of you guys. So now Tony Buzbee files a lawsuit on the behalf of client to sue Jay-Z. Jay-Z got Houston Dirty Police to pull Busby's lover, well, former lover and client police record to sue him, creating a disturbance in his marital home. Yes, Jay-Z has disturbed that entire household. And who knows what Jay-Z is going to do next to even disturb Tony Buzbee's neighborhood, to have the neighbor looking at him. Oh my God. Well, already they could be looking at him like, oh my God, you have VD and you're aware that you've got a VD. Oh my God. I think his wife may have that VD. Oh my God. There's so much mess, so not only has Jay-Z disturbed Tony Buzbee's household, he has disturbed his neighborhood, he has disturbed his community, he has disturbed his hometown, and not just that, even his former alma mater has been disturbed because Beyonce was pling, 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 pling in her chunky heels. Here you go, Houston School of Law. I'm giving you $100,000. So they're causing major disruption in Tony Busby's life. And Tony Buzbee saying, I'm not scared. I'm going to fight back. I have military experience. But you see, that's the thing. This is not a physical combat. It's a mental game. And right now, y'all can tell that Jay-Z is playing who? Chess, not checkers. Okay. So Jay-Z is like, okay, you get someone to sue me. But I believe that person, I do believe the person is flaking the allegations, like, tweaking it. But I do believe the allegations that they got people to, pay them to sue Busby. That I believe. Now, let's get into this new report. That's where we are, because he has added to the lawsuit, right? He has filed the extortion lawsuit, and he's making some claims about Busby. And to be honest, Jay-Z's claims, they do make sense, because what Tony Buzbee is telling us that he did and what we're hearing from Jay-Z's team, if this is actually what Tony Buzbee did in his letter, it would be classified definitely as extortion. He didn't lobby for them to have a mediation. It is extortion. If you say pay up now or face legal consequences, because remember, as a lawyer, you don't know if what your client brings to you is in fact factual, but it is up to you to say, you know what, this is plausible enough. We're going to proceed. So when you send the person that you're about to sue a letter, you should let them know that this person has stepped forward with XYZ allegations against you, and you provide as much information as you can. You can have evidence that you withhold from them, because in that letter, he said he has evidence, and he didn't show the evidence nor share the evidence. No, not only did Tony Buzbee, as I was saying, the letter has to be one that is respectful, one that is decent, one that says to you, we would like to move forward with settling out of court, and this is what the client is asking for. And then the person responds to you like, okay, I want to pay 10% less, I'll give you less than half of that. And they can even say, you know what? I'm not guilty of these allegations, but I don't want to be dragged into court. So I'm going to give you 15% of what you're asking for. And then they get the negotiation on the table going. Or you can say to the person, if you are not willing to settle out of court, then we will reach out to you with further details and you will be served. It's just legal. It is advising the individual. However, Jay-Z is saying Tony Buzbee's demands was clear. Pay up or face criminal investigation and extraordinary reputational harm. That is threatening. That is bullying, and it is definitely a extortion. If he worded it like as Jay-Z's legal team is saying Tony Buzbee did. And I do believe that he, in fact, did that because you can definitely tell that that's the game Tony Buzbee plays. So we're going to get into this report. They're saying now, the report says after being accused of sexual assault by a woman who claims she was 13 years old at the time, Jay-Z has filed his own lawsuit for defamation against the anonymous woman's lawyer, Tony Buzbee, according to Rolling Stones. Shortly after the news broke, Jay filed an extortion lawsuit against Buzbee, calling the word lawsuit a subsequent story seeding in the media, a shakedown. On Friday, he added a charge of defamation, saying that by going to the media before he admittedly finished vetting the woman's story, he'd intentionally defamed the rapper turned businessman in order to force a settlement. So that is true. That is true. And that's the strategy that Busby and Tyrone Blackburn uses. Now, the report for the states, the documents filed Friday read, viewed in the context of Busby's prior statement, threatening to file criminal complaints against and publicly shame a long list of celebrities. The message in the extortion demands was clear. Pay up or face a criminal investigation and extraordinary reputational harm. According to Jay's attorney, Alex Spiro and his firm, Busby Initial Demand Letter gave a 2-week window for response seeking material settlement and threatening further action. In short, the doc claimed defendant placed a gun to Mr. Carter's head. They were demanding that Mr. Carter either A, pay something of substance to stop the defendants from making public the wildly false allegations of sexual assault that would subject Mr. Carter to opprobrium and irreparable harm, his reputation, family career, and livelihood, endure that financial and personal ruin. Defendant's statements and correspondence made clear the immediate and extensive threats of exposure if Mr. Carter failed to pay. Now, they're saying Busby denied the defamation claims, replying via press statement. The new claim is patently frivolous and will be dismissed. He needs to stop this because they have evidence that he did that. One thing with Alex Spiro, if you guys know, Alex Spiro would never put such information to the court unless he has the letter proving as such, and he's going to include the document as proof that that is what Tony Buzbee sends. And they can also get copies from Sean Diddy Combs' attorney as supporting evidence to show that's the manner, that's the style in which Buzbee operates by. So I find Buzbee to be in so many lies at this point. It is really sad that a lawyer has to be lying this much. For what reason? Only God knows, because it's not going to work out in his favor. Now they're saying Buzbee again denied the defamation claims, replying via a press statement. The new claims is patently frivolous and will be dismissed. I never said a word about him. This is just another attempt to bully and intimidate me. It just won't work. Jay had previously denied the allegation. The alleged victim's accusations, asking the court to dismiss the suit. During a recent interview, Jay's accuser acknowledged that her story had inconsistencies, but maintained it to be true. No, guys, that's the end of that report there. No, as I've said to you guys, Tony Buzbee is very flaky. He's very flaky. He's a trickster. And he thinks that when it comes to, he can play these games. These games are not working out for him when it comes to Jay-Z and Alex Spiro, because Alex Spiro has handled so many of these cases. And one thing we know, Alex Spiro is not going to step foot in the court and say something that did not happen. So Buzbee needs to stop it. He needs to be honest. He's been caught in so many lies, saying that he has the evidence and he's going to he can submit evidence as proof, and he's not submitting the evidence. Then he says, oh, we're going to give you a polygraph test results. He's not even doing that either. He's just saying stuff, and it's just all talk and no action behind it. And this is not a good look for him, his image, reputation, and it's not good for his current clients or the previous one or the clients to come. And this is why I believe that he will be sanctioned by the court as Alex Spiro is requesting against him. Now, that's all I have to share about that for this video. I think it's what is going on with Tony Buzbee. It's really disgusting because when you go after someone like a jayz with those claims, I expect you to be tough, strong, powerful. I don't expect you to be as messy as jayz and be caught in lies and all of that, because people are now going to go back and look at those Diddy lawsuits because there's so many lies that he has been caught in. But have you guys detected those lies as well? Have you guys been keeping up? Let me know. Leave a comment below while you're at it. Thumbs up, share, stay safe, and see you guys in my next video. Peace.